Liverpool have got one almighty challenge ahead of them as they are tasked of overcoming a 5-2 deficit to Real Madrid at the Bernabeu on Wednesday night. Ahead of the clash, there is some big news of which we would like to share with you in today's video. But not only that, we'll also take a look at the latest with regards to Roberto Firmino, whilst also going over Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. With Roberto Firmino leaving Liverpool at the end of the season, there is no shortage of suitors for the striker, including clubs from the United States. Firmino, who has confirmed his intention to depart at the expiry of his contract in July, will be one of the most sought after free agents this summer. After 8 years on Merseyside, he will move on at the age of 31, having acknowledged the emergence of new generations of strikers at Anfield in Cody Gakpo, Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota. It's a decision Jurgen Klopp understood, though both the manager and those within the club were eager to retain Firmino beyond the current campaign. As far as he is concerned though, Firmino is solely focused on Liverpool until his final game, but his agent Roger Whitman will now be fielding offers from interested clubs. According to American journalist Tom Bogert, MLS franchise St. Louis City SC are among those who want to sign the number 9. Interestingly, St. Louis' squad is being put together by sporting director Lutz Pfannenstiel, who claimed to have discovered Firmino while in a similar position at Hoffenheim, prompting his move to Europe from Vigenries. St. Louis are not the only MLS outfit looking at Firmino though, however, with champions Los Angeles FC also being linked. There's also talk of Brazilian clubs also being interested, however, these are quickly deemed as unfeasible. Instead, as explained by UOL journalist Bruno Andrade, Firmino is expected to remain in Europe with Germany, Spain, France and Italy all options. The belief is that Firmino will not consider another Premier League club out of respect for Liverpool, with Inter Milan seemingly his most likely destination. Transfer Market's Manuel Veth describes Inter as in pole position for a high-profile free transfer, as the player's camp prefers a transfer to Italy. It is certainly easy to see Firmino thriving in Serie A, while Inter are in the process of revamping their attack as Romelu Lukaku's loan expires at the end of the season, and Edin Dzeko turning 37 later this month. Firmino could seek advice from his former teammate Lucas Leiva, who extended his top-level career with Lazio, spending 5 productive seasons in Rome after leaving Liverpool in 2017. Atletico Madrid, Galatasaray and Saudi club Al Nassr among those also being touted with interest. Steven Gerrard could return to management with a move abroad according to new reports, which would see him work with an old Liverpool teammate. It is now 4.5 months since Gerrard was relieved of his duties at Aston Villa, and more recently he has returned to a media role. That has included stints with LFC TV and covering Liverpool for BT Sports, with his affection for the Reds not changed since spells with both Rangers and Villa. There has been a sense even that the 42-year-old would step away from management entirely, with the belief he may need to drop down the leagues to revive his reputation in England. But according to Turkish publication Kara, Gerrard has held talks on Saturday with a view to taking over Super League side Trabzonspor. The report claims that with Trabzonspor due to appoint a new president later this month, current Vice President Erdogan Dogan met with Gerrard and would appoint him as a successor to Abdullah Avicii if he is elected. Liverpool's former number 8 was pictured in Istanbul over the weekend and is claimed to have had dinner with Dogan in the luxury Etila region. Trabzonspor, who won the Super League last season, are currently 6th behind Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, Besiktas and Istanbul Başakşehir. Among their squad is ex-Liverpool winger Lazar Markovic, who joined on loan from Gaziantep in February following his parent club's withdrawal from the campaign due to a devastating earthquake in Turkey. Whether Gerrard will take the job remains to be seen, having previously been linked to the Poland national team before they appointed Pedro Santos. But it is an interesting prospect, with Gerrard's contemporary Andre Pirlo also in management in the Super League, where he leads Faith Karamuric. Real Madrid prepared for Liverpool's visit to the Bernabeu with a 3-1 win over Espanyol after scoring just once in their previous 3 games. Madrid took another step forward to catching Barcelona at the top of La Liga, beating their Catalan rivals 3-1. After Joselu had put the visitors ahead early on with a brilliant strike, Los Blancos came from behind to score 3 and edge closer to the top. Vinicius Jr. and Edja both scored in the first half, before Marco Asensio sealed all 3 points in injury time with a clinical finish following Nacho's brainstorming run from his own half. Real Madrid aren't in brilliant form though. Since the first leg at Anfield, they've played 4 times, with Saturday bringing their only win in that run. Before that, they drew 1-1 with Atletico Madrid, lost 1-0 to Barcelona, and drew 0-0 with Real Betis, 1 goal in 3 games despite 46 shots on goal. On the injury front, there is massive news as Karim Benzema was still missing at the weekend due to a swollen ankle, but his manager Carlo Ancelotti confirmed he'll be ready for the Champions League fixture. On Friday, the Italian said Benzema had trained individually and will be ready for the game against Liverpool. Benzema, who is currently the Ballon d'Or holder, has been a thorn in Liverpool's side throughout his career. He scored 6 in 7 games against the Reds, including 2 in the recent first leg defeat, and 1 in the 2018 Champions League final. Aurelien Tchouameni, who missed the Anfield leg, is back in the fold, but Ancelotti has also been without Mendy and David Alaba as of late. The latter is unlikely to feature, but Mendy is edging closer to a return, with Marca reporting that he could be in contention for the Liverpool match. Despite another goal from a fit and firing Leighton Stewart, the Liverpool U21s suffered a blow to their title hopes at Chelsea at the weekend. The young Reds headed to Kingston-upon-Thames on a 3-game unbeaten run that included back-to-back victories over Leicester and Arsenal. Manager Barry Lutus was able to field a strong side too, with Stewart making his first start since senior bow at Derby in the Carabao Cup in November, having recovered from an injury. It was Stewart who opened the scoring in the 11th minute, rifling home a horrible error from Chelsea goalkeeper Lucas Bergstrom. But brilliant play from Chelsea and suspect marking from both Reece Williams and Billy Comito allowed the hosts to equalise soon after, with David Datro Fofana touching in from close range. A vital intervention from Marcelo Petluga allowed Liverpool to counter as Dominic Cornes released Ben Doak, but the winger's bright burst was eventually cut out. Chelsea made it 2-1 before the break with the power of Fofana and a touch of luck allowing him to break through 3 challenges and feed the rapid Mason Burstow, who finished well. There were chances for Liverpool in the second half, namely from Bobby Clark, whose attempt at diverting as Max Voltman's cross was smothered by Bergstrom, but they were cut open to a number of occasions too. The hosts targeted a weak channel between Comito and left-back Owen Beck, with Burstow seeing a goal rolled out for offside while Dion Ranskin hit the post before Ben Elliott fired the third through Pitaloga's poor attempted save. With defeat, Liverpool were unable to close the gap between them and the league leaders, Chelsea, who instead opened it to 10 points clear of third place Liverpool. Stewart can at least cling to a positive, however, with his third goal in as many games since returning to the fold last month. Liverpool fans, what do you make of the clash against Real Madrid, and do you see us turning it around? Let me know your score predictions down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.